10 minutes after 8 o'clock. 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. And
I know, times are going.
and brought to you live on TVC Channel 40, along with YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And once again, we want to apologize to all listeners who normally listen to us in the Bastille Valley and can't get us by the good old-fashioned radio. We're still working on that problem. There's no electricity at Otley's level, and there's some other stuff, all the stuff going on. And as soon as we get that fixed, we'll let you guys know, and you'll be able to listen to us normally. Of course, you can also go to the WINNFM website, WINNmediaSKN.com.
Yeah, and I also had to apologize to a listener again because she was like, I can't hear you all on the radio, and I had to apologize for the Otley's level again. And I told her, but you can turn on the television in the morning from 8 to 10 on Channel 40, and you'll hear us and see us there.
Does
even
she
better.
work?
No.
Okay.
Elderly,
So she
beautiful
can turn
soul.
on. So she
She
can
can turn on the television, but you know, when they don't have the radio, they don't know this information. So yeah, I'm happy that people are coming up and saying, we don't hear you folks anymore. And I'm like, folks, you have to turn to the telly now. Channel 40 from 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So you can still tune in there.
So, I came down in a deluge.
Yes, but you made it before me though, because when I came in, as I tell you, I had to come to work in my reefs today, my yard flip-flops, because it's wet outside. I refuse to put on my, as we call it, the cork ball sandals, because once those get wet, it shrinks, it bends, it does all. No, not the glue. It messes up the structure of the flip-flop.
Is it leather?
Because of the type. No. You know the Birkenstocks?
Yeah.
The bottom part of it, once those get wet, I've ruined many a shoes like that. Yeah, you shouldn't wet your Birkies.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to, but my reefs are cute, so yeah, I can work with that today. You got to work with the weather. Good morning to everyone listening. I have to shout out Dennis and Javon there in New York, as well as Cleo and Burl and everybody else in the international diaspora as well. Rusty, good morning, as well as those of you listening to us in the regional diaspora and the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. It's our pleasure to come to you this morning here on Island T. AZ won't be in. He's a tad under the weather, so let's send him some good wishes so he can stay up and pushing. So he should be in tomorrow, God's willing.
So, we're up to murder 20. We kind of mentioned that yesterday, but yesterday I was actually turning it over in my head, and I was thinking, I know AZ talked about it, but then I was thinking, I hope people don't think that we're getting desensitized to the loss of life, and that we're not treating it with the seriousness it and the urgency.
Yeah, somebody else.
It deserves.
Somebody else lost their lives last night too, right? So that's number 20.
Yeah. So.
And July's not done yet.
Yeah.
Not a good look for us.
Not good.
Sympathies and empathies to that family.
So I really, yes. Let me
echo
that. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, it's I don't know what to say. Because, it's like at this point talking is, other than sending condolences and like we just did, it's like talking about stuff, it just seems hollow and it's not getting anywhere. And, every time you get impression, every time these things happen, you hear the Prime Minister or someone, there's some meeting or there's some task force. And how many task forces? How many task forces and meetings and committees have been set up over the last 20 years? Yeah. And we still have the problem. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I want to sound like Greg this morning and say the Bible did foretold times like these.
Sure.
I don't know what is it we as a people can do to really stop this, because we had the gun amnesty, we see nothing was turned in. I thought about it and I was like, I don't know what we can do.
Yeah.
We've had various churches march, we've had talks. Maybe I don't even know.
And this is what I always say. I mean, the people who should be hearing this stuff, they're not listening. They're doing some.
But can they
some
really do something though? Because look, they made the laws heavier, and
No, I mean the criminals. They're not. I
and
remember
that's what I'm
all-
about to say too. They
Yeah.
made the laws heavier, and to see people still doing these heinous acts is like
They probably
they don't
even,
care.
They probably don't even know.
everybody knows.
Think they
I will
know?
not say
Oh, yeah.
every single person know this has been publicized. Everybody knows. The street speaks. Everybody knows. But it's just like simple drug trafficking. People know they're gonna get in trouble. People know if they smuggle people, they're gonna get in trouble. Human trafficking, everything people know. If I kill somebody, I'm gonna. But humans are still doing it. It's like they don't learn.
Mhm.
Like if I steal from a place, I'm gonna get caught,
Mhm.
and somebody else in the same organization is gonna go
Mhm.
steal too, feeling they're not gonna be caught until they're caught. So we don't learn.
Speaking of drugs, there was a story on the WINNMedia News about
The big bust in Antigua.
No, it wasn't Antigua.
Antigua,
I mean
yeah.
Jamaica.
No,
Oh, the person
Antigua
left
had a big.
Jamaica.
I'm not sure the person.
Oh,
left.
there was one
I
in
don't-
Jamaica. Yeah.
There was in Jamaica too. There was a big bust in Antigua just the
I'm
other day.
sure
A
it
black
was.
suitcase was
somebody
discovered.
going to the UK.
No.
Oh, no, so that's a
person went
different
into.
one
Oh
then.
yeah, that person went into
Yeah.
Antigua. That person probably abandoned that suitcase and be like, I'm not taking that outside.
So apparently they had the cocaine in it's like Jamaican craft items,
Mm-hmm.
and they had secret compartments in there, and they found the cocaine in there.
Oh boy.
So the person has to pay, say, 1.2 billion, which is wow, that's like what, $5 or money? I'm just joking, but
Yeah. So the person got caught
or-
in
or-
Jamaica.
or-
The
or
person was
3
bringing
months.
it into Jamaica.
no, they were bringing it out.
Oh, so taking it to the UK.
Yeah,
Boy.
and so if they didn't pay the money,
And
they-
that's the
3
thing.
months. But 3 months is nothing.
How many persons would have been caught? There's a show dedicated to that on television, and majority of it is people coming either from the Caribbean or Africa. How many people would
Yeah,
not have been
I
caught? And
bet
we
you-
see
I
these
bet-
things and we still continue.
I bet they filter them out. You really think most of the people from Africa and the Caribbean? Yeah, right.
I'm telling you, the shows that I see, well, as you say, they filter. That's what I see on the show that I watch.
Because we know for a fact, take for example, in the US, we know for a fact that them folks get less. I think it's 22% less
Mhm.
chance of getting they get a lighter sentence than we do for the exact same thing.
If they smuggle into the UK. But you
Yeah.
know what I've seen? I've seen Australians. I don't know if you know about these 7 guys, these 7 gentlemen. They're from Australia that smuggled some serious drugs into Bali. And 2 of them from the ring got executed by firing squad, and the rest have life imprisonment. You know
You know
cannot.
what country?
Bali, you cannot take
yeah.
drugs to those
That's
places.
Indonesia, right?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
death.
Mhm.
And by firing squad. And they were trying to get their sentence reduced to life, but it didn't work. The 2 of them died. The other gentlemen are in prison in Bali for life. I watched a documentary with that too. There was this next Australian man, and they're bringing it from Australia. And you want to tell me the previous Australian man didn't see the other one got dead by the firing squad, and the previous and the other, because they continue to do it. And watch, they take poor people from Brazil and stuff, and then they send them to all these places.
You know them folks think they're smarter than everybody else. Right?
But you can't. Bali is a serious place. You take drugs there, you get
Mhm.
a sentence that is not good.
Oh, no.
Imagine you're there, you're blindfolded, but you're hearing aim, fire, and then that's it. No.
Oh, they're probably in their mind saying, "Oh, I'm smarter than them gooks."
Yeah,
I'm
but you
gonna-
can't listen. I when I looked at a couple of the guys' faces that was in that those 7 gentlemen that smuggled to Australia, I was from Australia to Bali. I was like, boy, those gentlemen look scared. Like if they could disappear, they would disappear. But yep, it doesn't pay. Crime doesn't pay. We have to learn our lessons as human beings and not follow the trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see some headlines here. We can, since we're on the local scene, I see Minister Hanley. He says, be conscious and pay your mortgage. I see SKN Corp issues statement following recent homicides. And NEMA official warns against the spread of misinformation and conspiracies about airborne chemicals. And then there is a
Airborne chemical?
airborne.
Chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll touch that story, and then there's a
Mhm.
communique from the ECCB on the 108th meeting of the Monetary Council. it outlines the region's fiscal standing. So let me touch on that one with NEMA. Oh, okay. And it's by a staff writer here at WINNFM, and it says the head of the National Emergency Management Agency, Abdia Samuel, calls on the general public to take responsibility and stop spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories as the region prepares for the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. His call comes against the backdrop of the conspiracy theory circulating about Hurricane Beryl, which devastated Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, leaving catastrophic damage in its wake. He says, in quote, "I want to debunk what is being said about the chemicals placed in the air. I have not received any scientific report about chemicals being released. However, the scientific reports are there that the Saharan dust coming from the Saharan desert is building plumes that travel all the way across the Atlantic into the Caribbean Sea and up into the North American region. That is what is helping us right now, subduing some of these storm developments," end quote. Samuel urged the public to only follow credible sources for their information. What I would like the general public to do themselves as well is to look at some of the international agencies that are responsible for providing those types of forecasts, like NOAA, locally the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology, that provides us with that information. We see the plumes coming from the Saharan desert. We look at the movements through satellite imagery, and we are able to see the interaction with those storms that do develop off the same coast, and we see that they actually disrupt the development of those particular storms. So, and he continues to say, so if we can have the Saharan dust coming through now and again disrupting these storms, I think that will be significant for us. That will help us a lot. We just have to brace for some of these tropical waves that are coming through. And again, I want to appeal to the general public that you're going to see a lot of these waves coming through. When you see these waves, please take the necessary precaution as the agency advises.
I must say, I felt a little, it made me it was a little reassuring to hear that the Sahara dust was going to maybe mess with some of these storms.
Oh, nice.
But it's kind of a mixed blessing because the people who have asthma,
not good for them.
That's not good for them.
Or allergies.
So. Allergies, exactly. So,
nothing in life is ever run smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
I say smoothly.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I'm being tongue tied today. Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I'm clearing my throat, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I say, "Oh, it might be
the Saharan dust."
The Sahara dust,
Yeah. Because there's a cold that going around that I heard, and a flu that most people are saying you don't want to get because you can't even keep your head up. So I don't know if that is one of the causes or if anything else is in the air.
Maybe that's what Biden had.
Oh boy, the Sahara. Yeah, because the dust is over there too.
Because they say he had COVID. So,
you really think?
But think about it though. When they said he had COVID, I imagine that the White House testing regime would be a lot more disciplined than, because I don't think anyone's really doing any COVID testing the way it was during COVID. So I'm thinking the fact that he has COVID means that COVID is just out there and people are getting it and they're probably thinking it's just a cold or
COVID was there all the time. We never really realized, because if you read the back of the Lysol can, it always says COVID virus.
Yeah, but it's a big family. The common cold is a coronavirus as well.
Yeah,
it's should part of the family. Yeah. But to your point, it's sort of like
blew up.
So I'm thinking the COVID is probably there the whole time, and people might have the flu and they think, oh, I have the flu or whatever, not really. It might have been COVID. Yeah. So.
Because I remember that year when everybody said it feel like an elephant is sitting on your chest, not knowing, boy, is COVID happening, and we're not even aware.
Wow.
But thank God for Caribbean medicine and Setamol and everybody else. We worked it out.
Yeah,
That's why now the happening thing is Setamol in the day with your thing and Setamol in the night with your thing.
You remember that feeling of foreboding we had when we first realized that like when we had our first lockdown, and we felt like we were in one of those dystopian movies where there's a plague, and it's like the least little thing would give you the plague and your head would explode, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And then you're not allowed to go outside,
Yes,
and then you
exactly.
realize how important it is. And then when you go outside, everybody looks strange, and we
Yeah.
have to stay away from each other. And we're in
Yeah.
these long queues, and I'm thinking apocalypse
and
time
you're dead
already.
in minutes. You're dead in minutes in
Oh
those
my
movies or
God.
something, you know. So I remember, I was in dread. I was like, oh my God.
I remember when I was in Antigua for a good bit of it, and then you go into the supermarket and you have like 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes come so fast because you're rushing from this aisle to that aisle to that, and then the security comes around, your time is up, time to go to the cashier, the next group needs to come in, and I'm like,
Really? During COVID?
yeah, because we had to share. It had some day,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Barbados, remember
because-
Barbados went out on the basis of your last name every day. So it was
Really?
like, yeah, you had days when S's could be out, maybe like A to J could be out, and yeah, alphabetical. In Antigua,
Oh.
was in groups, but you had to maintain your distance, and then you go in, you shop quick, the security comes, your time is up, come out the supermarket, the next group needs to come in. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, my God. I never thought that I'd live to see this. But
I
did.
remember I used to go and sit in the backyard in the sun.
Mhm.
Because you know the vitamin D is
Yeah,
I
'cause
used to-
they did. That's
Yeah.
why they eventually said we can go for walks and stuff, but they were still watching us.
yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes I used to go out in the backyard
Yeah.
and lie down. Like I'd have these yoga mats,
Mhm.
so I'd spread them out. And I was like,
Just relax.
okay, let's get a full body sun bath. You know.
Mhm. Oh boy, those definitely were the days. I don't wish for those days to come back as well. Oh, another headline I saw to Jamster. It says U.S. announces multi-million-dollar aid package for Haiti. I know Haiti was on the scene for a hot minute, and then Haiti just went. You didn't hear anything else. You don't know if barbecue is still around. You don't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
You
we're
don't
not
know
hearing-
anything.
we're
It
not
just went
hearing
quiet.
anything. Yeah.
Once that leader was what do we say, sworn in, we haven't heard anything since. It's like everybody's cool over there.
Right. You know, them.
Oh, and you also spoke about something else yesterday. You know, it says Secret Service director steps down after assassination attempt against ex-President Trump at rally.
Mhm. Yeah, I was listening to that thing yesterday. Not yesterday, Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't get her to answer a reasonable question. And she was saying, "Oh no, well it's in the hands of the FBI. They're doing the investigation. I can't tell you this. I can't tell you that." Then and apparently yesterday now apparently the FBI people said we not we aren't withholding that information. We never told her she can't share that information. And you know what was interesting.
But
about
do you
this?
believe that though? Because the small man always has to suffer for the big ones behind it. Have your hand tied.
Well, I kind of have my issues with her because of some of the things she said when she got the job about it should be 30% women, and I just feel like that's the wrong approach, especially for that kind of protective service. You know, no, if it turns out that some of the women, maybe you have 6'1" women who are big and can hold it down and go toe to toe with the guys, sure. But don't tell me you're gonna replace the Secret Service with 30% women just for the sake of having women. That makes no sense.
And I see you said
That's a quasi combat type job, right? I mean,
yeah, but what if some women want to be in there? Look, you have women going to fight war and all of that. They're signing up. She was just trying to. No, that's not my place.
but no, no, I don't.
No.
I don't. I mean, you asked a simple question. Do assault weapons make the job of the Secret Service harder? Is that a hard question to answer, Kay? Think about it.
No, but I don't know what she signed. I don't know what oath she had to keep. I don't know what the woman can or cannot say.
But that's a common sense question. You are a protective service. Armed protective service.
Anything
Entrusted.
she say can be used against her.
Entrusted with protecting government officials from top to bottom, and even visiting visiting dignitaries and so on.
That's true.
If you were living in a country like the UK, maybe somebody should have asked it like that. I said, I might have said, this is a hypothetical, but if you were living in China, for example, or Russia, do you think your job as a protective service would be as difficult as it is in the United States, where the Second Amendment is basically the 11th commandment?
Boy.
Because that's what it is. It's like the 11th commandment. It may as well be the 11th commandment. And I would ask her to answer that.
You just said no, I didn't.
Because
Commandments.
I mean, it's demonstrably true that it has to be more difficult when you can just, come on, you can just walk into Walmart and buy bullets and rifles and stuff. Come on.
Yeah, but maybe she's looking to
corner store gun shops.
I don't know what she's protecting, because we know these people have right to guns once they have the legal license. But I don't know what she's protecting and who she's protecting and why she didn't answer the questions.
But the other irony is these polls have consistently shown that people are in favor. I was reading a poll last night. I think up to 74% of people said, yeah, of course we're down with having common sense gun legislation and banning assault weapons. The Republicans are not having it because
that's why
the Second Amendment is holy writ. I don't understand it.
I don't understand. How can they? How do they? Because it's their problem. How do they expect to curb this problem when one side is not willing to? Yeah. No cooperation when it comes to that.
And here we are. We don't even have. It's so hard to get a gun, and yet we have all these problems with people getting shot every other week, right?
Yeah. As people said, the guy was saying to basically Jams, I lost my train of thought there, but I'm gonna go to what I'm going to read the stuff on the St. Kitts Nevis Cop issues statement following homicide.
Wait, you want us to take this call first?
Okay, let's go ahead.
We're supposed to be having Social Security. We haven't seen Camilla yet, but hopefully.
Well, it's that time again. Jeez.
Call her, go right ahead.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Jampson.
Hey, what's up?
Kortensia.
Good morning.
Azard is missing in action this morning.
Yeah, he's not doing too well.
I just missed away in Jamsa on something you spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
The conversation was about Haiti. Well, as it is known that...
Did you get cut off?
Hello? Yeah.
Oh, it seems that he got cut off. Okay. And there was another call, but okay. Okay, so we're supposed to be having our Social Security in-store segment today. You know, it's always the last Wednesday of the month. So we'll just chat.
Realize.
Yeah, we can. Let's take this call. And maybe we should take the break in the meantime, right after this call. Caller, go right ahead. 8:34. Go.
Everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Greg.
In Jesus' name.
No.
No, first of all, as I've always been saying, Jamster, well, let me reword what I'm going to say. We ignore and reject the Bible to our demise and undoing. You see? The only way to deal with crime, Jamster and Lady Host, is for us to be doing things the biblical way. And I don't know when we're going to learn that, but I hope we learn it very quickly, because the quicker we learn that message, the better it is. And you see what y'all are saying? I do not know what to say, and I do not know what to say. Well, we ain't going to know what to say, because we cannot solve anything outside of what the Bible says. As a matter of fact...
But Greg, do you really think the Bible, okay, let's say we had a do-over and we were to instill all these things that the Bible said, because of how the world is, and because the world is not a godly world, do you really think implementing things from the Bible at this point, at this juncture, in what we know in times to come, as these times must come? Do you really think it's going to help? I'm not saying it in a way like, okay, it has to happen like that, but do you really think instituting what the Bible says will help right now?
Well, the Bible itself says, if you do what it says, you're going to enjoy the blessings of Jesus Christ.
But we can't get
Which
everybody
include-
to do what it says, because we see the Lord gives everybody free will to choose him, and not everybody wants to be on that straight and narrow, Greg. So what do we do?
Right. And the Bible also says that if you disobey him, you're going to get all of these things we are now reaping, and they're going to get worse and worse. So
Exactly.
the Bible doesn't give you a third alternative. You either do what he says in the Bible and get his blessing, including dealing with crime, minimizing it, or you go against his word, use your common sense, use your smarts, whatever you want to use, contrary to his word, and you get the worst continually. It's either one or the two. So you could bring in all the experts. You could bring in every single person you respect and expert in this. If the Bible tells you, if you don't do things the Bible way, you're going to reap the worst. If you do things the Bible way, you're going to be blessed of Christ.
Yeah, but don't you think
And things are going to go right. Those are the only alternatives.
yeah, but do you think, Greg, in the world that we live in, I see the evil outweighing the good? Nobody wants
But
to
the
do good.
evil is because we are disobeying the Bible.
Yeah, but majority of us are. So
Yeah, and that is why the evil, hence the evil.
yeah, but
Hence the evil. As a matter of fact,
So Gregory,
as a matter of fact, countries-
the Haitians, for example, what did the Haitians do other than dare to I'm trying to think the way them folks think, but other than dare to seize their own agency and independence, so you're saying that God is the one visiting all this misery on them for centuries?
Well, first of all, let me say, if we die in our sins, we're going to end up in hell forever and ever. Only the blood
So
of Christ
also
will
it's
save
a
us from
sin.
our sins.
It's a sin
From our
to.
sins.
So it was a sin for them to seize their destiny in their own hands
Haitians.
back in 1804.
Haiti. Yeah, Haiti is steep. Haiti is very steep in voodoo, Roman Catholicism, and a lot of other things that are contrary to the word of God. As a matter of fact, the Haitian Revolution kicked off with a voodoo ceremony.
so Greg, you think if America, in a sense, because America has a lot of the Bible in a lot of things that, and they're trying to remove it slowly but surely. So you think if they remove "In God We Trust," they're going to be in real problems?
Again, it's not a matter of words, because everybody's spilling words. It's not a matter of words, say God we trust and the God we trust and that's all. Because while they're saying that, America is promoting man marrying man, homosexuality, abortion. They're promoting Marxism. They're promoting all sorts of ungodliness.
So you see,
And making things hard for Christians in America because they want to say no, want hate crime. That if you criticize these things, you could end up in jail, find that sort of stuff.
so Greg, and with all of this that you just said, you really believe that if the Bible way is implemented at this juncture, that all will be well in the world, Greg? The evil outweigh the good. Right now, we just have to trust God. As I tell people all the time, God is not in charge of
But
this.
if you
He's just
trust
looking out
God-
for his children
But
that
you
are
cannot
on
trust
this.
God and not doing things the Bible way. Both don't go together.
But
If
maybe
you
they
trust God,
you
the
just say
result
it's
will
words
always
they're
be
throwing
doing things
around.
the Bible way.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, but you just say it's words that they're throwing around. So maybe they're just throwing around the
just
words to
words.
look pious, but they're not living according to it.
Exactly. But that's why we need it in our heart. We need not just trust word with our lips, but we need to trust God with our heart. As what Jesus said, they worship me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me.
Exactly.
We need it. We need to worship Jesus. We need to obey the Bible in words and in heart.
Greg, as much as
And-
I would,
You're not
it's
wrong.
the only solution.
yeah, but Greg, as much as I would love the Bible to be in charge and everything go well, it can't happen until
Yeah.
it's not gonna
No,
happen.
no,
It's
that ain't what the Bible teach either. The Bible teach that there is going to come a day when the gospel message is going to conquer the whole world and the church is going to be discipling the nations. That day still yet to come before Christ's return.
exactly
Because the
because
kingdom of God is growing and growing. And
Yeah.
the Bible says one day it will saturate
The church.
earth.
I hope it's not the
And
Catholic
knowledge of
Church,
God is
though.
all over the earth.
It's not the Catholic
no, because
Church,
it
though,
says
right?
it has to go to the ends of the earth before the end comes.
Wait, Well, that is a part of it. That's a part of it. The world is to be conquered for Christ before Christ come back. So this thing, I know a lot of people believe in the left behind theology, but that's not true. Post-millennialism, there's a teaching that calls post-millennialism. That is what the Bible teaches, that the whole earth.
So you don't believe there would be a rapture or anything like that?
Is going to be converted to Christ.
So you don't believe in the rapture then, Greg?
This pre-tribulational rapture is false. The Bible doesn't teach these things.
Okay.
It's something called dispensationalism that was promoted by C.I. Scofield and John Nelson Darby.
Okay.
Just about 200 years ago, the church before for all these over 1,000 years never teach this pre-tribulational rapture thing.
Okay.
This is just a modern thing came up.
But Gregory,
popularized by those two men, that's a name.
Gregory, I have to say, this call went a lot better than I thought, because I thought you were calling me to tell me, no, the Second Amendment is the 11th commandment. I thought that's what you were calling me to say. So this is going...
Another thing.
God, here we go.
God have not given any government any authority to disarm anybody.
Well, he doesn't give an authority to arm anyone either. So I mean,
exactly. It doesn't give the government to arm anyone or disarm anyone.
Yes, but God
is a personal choice.
But God gives us free agency. God gives us free agency to form our governmental systems the way we see fit, and all of them aren't created equal.
Yeah. Well, this free agency thing again. Yes, we have free agency where man-to-man relations are concerned, our connections are concerned. But where God-to-man is concerned, there is no such thing as free will.
Well, yeah. But I mean, what I'm saying is, I mean, the idea that, for example, Haiti is subject to all this thing because of voodoo and all that stuff. I don't know about that.
Disobedience to the Bible, but it ain't just Haiti. Why you think the world? Why you think the world as a whole is in a mess and continue to gain worse and worse? Economic, social, political, financial, commerce, trade. Where the judicial system is concerned, crimes are concerned, family, etc. Where do you think things are breaking down? It's simply because we have rejected the Bible to our demise and to our undoing.
Okay, Greg, we really have to take. You can maybe call back after. We'll just have to take a break. We have farm report. There are no sign of Camila, but hopefully she'll show up. Okay, great.
You're welcome.
Thank
Shopping with TDC just got much easier. Here's how. Log on to shoptdcgroup.com. Shop at your convenience at any time, from anywhere, with your smartphone, tablet, or computer. With our safe and secure payment checkout, you choose the option to pick up in-store or have your goods delivered right to your door. It's that easy. Shop tdcgroup.com, your one-stop online store.
Shop anywhere, shop anytime, same quality you love. Now online. Shop
www.shoptdcgroup.com.
And we are back.
I just saw something here, and this could go for Greg. Jesus never promised an easy life. He promised an eternal life. So, yeah, we have to go through plenty of things on this earth. So I would wish that we could implement the Bible and the world go smoothly, but that's not how it's going to go. The evil in this world outweighs the good. We see that all the time because we always fighting over religion straight. Ours is better than... Listen, Jesus can get us, And on that day, listen, because I don't understand how my religion is better than your religion and this and that and that. But as a child, I've always heard that Haiti is suffering because of the bad things that they do. Yeah. So I don't know what. Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Good morning, Island T. Good morning, Kortensia.
Hi, Jam Down. How are you?
I've started.
People look forward for this.
I've started calling you Kent.
This morning, Tensio. I want to look at Port Zante. From the time a man named Keith Phillip, he was the manager, and you had Calvin S. Dale he was the chairman of the board, and that port used to always kept clean, especially the lawn, because Mr. Phillip had interest in agriculture. I think he had a degree, but he worked in the public servant for a lot of years as an estate owner, as a young boy in St. Kitts and over Nevis. And what you see happening down there right now is a real problem, because they pick a board, a young board, instead they try to levy these people. I mean, they ain't got no plan, no direction. You just put people in position who can't even do what they're supposed to do. Take a walk go down there. You got a ship supposed to be down there right now. And already tourists them walking, going to catch the taxi. Where the taxi stand, where you make me a time. Kortensia? And the land, the grass, it's so terrible and annoying to people. Even the store owners, them recognizing it and bawling. And talking about Mr. Phillip. It's a problem. And you cannot push certain young people to head certain things. You got a little bit of experience there. And them things shouldn't happen down there, you know. Because there's where we money make. And they're going to hear jam down, you know. Because it's terrible. The people who got down there, it look like they don't even want to listen. They just come there and nothing, they don't want to listen. Oh, by the vendors market is terrible. Go out there by where a lady named Miss Moore, by the vendors market, they sell these big, what do you call them?
The bakes and sawfish.
The sawfish and Johnny Keel. I mean, it's so terrible. At night time, they're cutting the little colorful flowers there where people go, where these old people come at evening time, walk, go to the mailbox. It's so terrible. Nobody care. It's a sick man, you go the country. You go leave us, no man. Leave us, your body in us. Have a good day.
Oh, boy. All right, Jam Down, thank you for your concerns. And I hope the powers to be are listening to the concern of a concerned citizen as he continues to look out for the betterment of the country and his citizens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Jam Down is always talking. And we need that. He's always talking about the issues that are happening, and we need that, because if he sees a problem, then what are the tourists seeing when they come in?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that he highlights it. I just hope that those in charge are listening and they go and they check it out and they correct the issues that are happening, because we want to impress people. We want people to come back. We don't just want their one cruise visit to be the end of it. We want them to see us as a clean nation, a healthy people, and be interested to maybe come back and visit, and then eventually make here their home. Go back and tell their friends how beautiful it is. Because when I ask persons, how did you find out? They say, oh, a friend told me. Or you hear people say, I came here on a cruise in such and such a year and I'm back now. It must be refreshing. So when these people come back, we need them to see great, should I say drastic? No. I'll just say great improvement. So they can say, wow, okay, I need to come back. And then they'll repeat visitors. They tell their friends, do you know how many visitors we can get in heads in beds? We have to look out and take care of what is ours in order to keep flourishing. And as we say, we're becoming a sustainable island state. We have to ensure that what we do, ensure that our footprints are green.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you know, there's this Kenyan vlogger. Her name is, she uses on YouTube African Tigress.
No.
Well, she was here visiting. She was here for Mango Fest. Seems like she came just after music festival based on the timeline. So she went, and she was, she's done about, I'm sure seen about 7 videos of just St. Kitts Nevis. She came from Antigua and then she came over. And it's always interesting seeing our country through the eyes of someone else.
I think I
And
know
they're
it.
driving, and I thought of it when you're talking about keeping the place clean and so.
Yeah, and the improvements.
And
what
I
we can do.
really am impressed. And I went driving I think I mentioned it. I went around the island maybe about a month ago, and I was really impressed with how clean the verges
Yeah.
are and well manicured and so on. And everyone always says we have good roads, but
Yeah.
I'm looking at her videos
We have
and
excellent roads, yeah.
I'm looking at her videos. I'm like, wow, boy,
This is us.
a pretty boy, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, and little swell of pride and so on. you
That's
know.
sweet.
The only thing I didn't like, I think I left a comment where I said, you should really try and have a kitchen on the vision when you're going around, because what she was doing is she was hanging out with Kenyans who live here. And they were
Oh.
giving a lot of wrong information or misleading information.
Oh, so she needed an actual
Yeah,
petition guy.
I mean, like the guy she went to Molyneux with, the guy said, so she asked him, how many people live? Oh, and he said, he said it was about 6,000 people live up in Phillips. I was like, what? He said 10,000 people in the Molyneux area, and I'm like, what?
So then, how many persons do we have here? Then 100,000?
Yeah,
I don't think we have made it to that.
And even worse, at the
threshold
beginning,
as
she asked him what the population
oh my
of.
God.
She asked him what the population of St. Kitts Nevis is. He says, 80,000 easily. I'm like, what?
No, we're not
I mean,
even
if
there
you don't,
yet.
if you don't know, just say you don't know.
Exactly.
80,000.
Or
And then-
or stop and ask a petition.
Yeah,
You're gonna get something close to it.
It was fun. It was fun. She went to the Bangor. And very nice. She met Jeffrey at the Deputy Prime Minister at the airport when she came in, and he had he was telling her, I'm going to be over at the Mango Fest and everything, and then he said and she was surprised that the Deputy Prime Minister is just walking around and.
Yeah.
But she said, that could never happen in Kenya.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised when they see our ministers, or if somebody points out and say, that's a minister. What? Where's the bodyguard? What bodyguards? You live in a peaceful society. Sometimes gentlemen don't even want the bodyguards.
Yeah.
It's just protocol that they have them around them.
So Jeffrey said, no, he said, when you come over to Nevis, you'll see me. And then I saw the video when she
Yeah.
went to Mango Fest, and
Yeah.
Jeffrey was hanging out with them for a little bit, and they took pictures. They even took, she took a little thing with Scottish from ZIZ.
Okay.
And so
nice.
on. So, you
Yeah.
know.
But a lot of vloggers are coming here, though.
Mhm.
Of recent, we had 2 Trinidadian vloggers at the Grill Fest. So yeah, we need
Oh,
people
really?
to yeah.
I'll have to go and
Shaq was interviewing them actually.
Oh, okay. I have to
Yeah,
go
so
look
a
for
lot of
that
people.
then.
So we have to keep the country good, and we have to. When these people come, we want them to take back the best of the best. We don't just want them to cut and paste. We want them to see everywhere and think it's matches. Like the puzzle is complete.
Yeah.
Everything goes together. Caller, go ahead. Good morning. You're live in LNT.
How are you doing? Peace to you all. Peace
Hey,
to
what's
the
up? Hey, what's up?
I just been called in relation to the recent murders that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to say condolences to the family. The sad thing, and especially the one that happened just last night. I think those are just 3 too many for our small country.
Yeah, in such a short time.
We're discussing about population and so forth,
Yeah.
and it's really sad. But what I want to say is that we as a society have to reflect and also recognize it's affecting us in so many different ways. Because crime, and you could ask the police, I used to be a police officer, is everybody's business.
Mm-hmm.
It affects us in so many ways, and it can affect us in so many ways, business-wise and everything. Because you know what? The fear of crime is something else. And sometimes the fear of crime outweighs the reality of crime. Because persons who want to come here, we are much smaller than they are, and they're going to say, what is that happening there? Anywhere in that island, I could hear and feel it. But it's not true because we are here. But it's just the fear of crime compared to the reality. So I just want to call upon everyone. Let us pray for our nation. Even those persons who might call about in the gangs, I just want you all to pray for yourselves as well, those of you who might feel someone happy. Because you know what? As much as other persons might do not believe in what, prayer does help. A praying nation get good results. I was listening with, I think it was Gregory here.
Gregory, yes.
Sometimes we overlook certain things. But I just want us, if we read Proverbs, if you read Psalms, and if you go, even the Old Testament come back to the New Testament, you would realize prayer and the leader, the head, the king. When these persons are faithful persons, the country prospers. Righteousness across the nation. In the reports thereof.
No.
And therefore, yes, one person can make a difference because there are many times in the Bible there were persons who were just way off, and one person pray to God. So do not let us overlook prayer. I know each and every one of you who are there right now understand what prayer is because we've been to school.
Yep.
I mean, Sunday school at church, Sabbath school or whatever we might call it. So we understand.
Yep.
And just like how we can research information and what is going on, we can research information on how to solve the problem. Because you know what? We would have done so many things, and we realize we are still where we are and still talking about. But if you have to compare back then, when Christianity and the belief in Jesus was very strong, there was a big difference. I would like you all to do your research, and maybe you all might understand what I'm talking about. However, now talking from a policing point of view, is that the police is the chief law enforcement officer. And sometimes some of these problems is not because the police somewhat is failing, because the police enforce laws. Sometimes, yes, policies are good to come in, but if we overlook what the law says, we'll have a problem. And therefore, the police brought out certain things that they're going to do. But sometimes the same society who calling for the police to be more effective and be more present do not want to have anything for it. And that's the problem. I don't know if you all remember the situation with Mayor Rudolph Giuliani when he was mayor of New York City. They discovered a situation. People were saying the police is corrupt and this and that and so on. And you know what they discovered? And he mentioned it, if the police is corrupt, then society is corrupt. Because who will give the police a bribe? It's society. Somebody going to come and say, turn a blind eye. Who do not want the police to enforce the laws? Some citizens. And sometimes, unfortunately, some persons in authority as well. I know Johnson like to say politicians. And yes, unfortunately, some. But it's not all like that. So I just want us as a nation to reflect and recognize we cannot let our nation run away from us. And as for someone who was in policing and law enforcement, I just encourage the police to go out and do your best. Remember, you have the law behind you. And I just call on the government to support the police financially because only the law, the police have a duty to follow. Instructions could come from anyone else, but if it's not legally based, the police cannot enforce that because it must be a law. And therefore, the police are the experts when it comes to enforcing the law. I know and I believe they're doing a good job in investigation, but prevention is better than cure. There are many different tactics and methods that they are using and can be used better. I'm talking from my own experience when I was there. And it was getting the job done. What I'm saying, I don't want to talk too much when it comes to certain things because we're talking about sensitive information when it comes to certain things. But the police could come up with their tactics. And I know they can do it because some of them who are there, even the commissioner, we were all around the same time when I was in the police. So I just want to say, God bless St. Nick. God bless your peace to our nation because that's what we want right now, peace.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right, you
You
too.
too. Thank you.
You know, one of the things that I'm glad you brought up Grill Fest. I was actually planning to table this yesterday. And I was talking to somebody about it yesterday too. I love the. I didn't get over to the Grill Fest on Saturday, but one of the things I don't understand is I was asking someone yesterday, do you eat beef?
Not really.
Why?
Because it's not good for you. It takes long to digest. So no, not really. If I do eat beef, it will be at Christmas when my mom makes pepper pot, and that's it. But you won't catch me eating it year round. No.
But is that the reason why beef isn't something, for example, you find at the barbecue grill or
Not in
I
in
mean,
the
we eat
do
Jamaican
we-
beef patties. Well,
yeah, but we don't eat.
is it,
Do you
is-
see beef in the supermarket like that?
Yes, of course. It's very expensive. I don't know if that. I
Okay.
don't know if that has
I
something to
honestly,
do with it.
Jamsa, only basically, I think I honestly just eat beef in the Christmas time. Yeah.
But okay. Well, speaking of beef, we have a farmer who not a livestock farmer. We have Troy coming up next for.
Never know. You just might go into beef
Yeah, I
farming
know.
after you hear us with the beef topic.
I know.
No, but okay. Well, after
So-
Troy, we can touch that beef
Yeah,
at the barbecue.
We could probably ask him as well too, because I'm sure he
But
might
since
have.
beef ain't a jam here, maybe that's where they do the lobster, because we're
Yeah,
lobster's
I mean-
our thing.
I mean, everything else
Chicken is
except
our
beef.
thing, and and fish is our thing.
And like I
Yeah.
said, the locals, I mean, the tourists are into beef, so why not have beef? But okay.
Yeah, maybe they do have beef, but remember it's imported
don't.
steak.
No, I mean on the grill fest. Remember, I asked him. I asked him last year too. In fact, last
Okay,
year.
well maybe they're listening now and they're gonna
Last
implement
year.
beef for next year.
Last year when I asked them, they looked at me like I had
Troy's
two
laughing
heads.
at us.
Okay, let's get a word from Feed and Farm and come back with the great Troy.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
For all your animal needs, try the Feed and Farm Store SKN. We have the best quality products in feed, dewormers, grooming supplies, toys, treats, and minor medical supplies. Drop by the store on the Kim Collins Highway at the airport roundabout. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Give us a call at 669-FARM.
Well, it's time for Farm Report. We have Troy, and Troy is going to have to he's going to have to give us a congressional. We're going to have a congressional hearing as to why he was not here last week. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Yeah. So
I will say maybe the listeners are tired of hearing me, so I take a day off.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Troy, let me ask you before you start.
Right.
We were just discussing. I remember last year for Grill Fest, I asked them when they came. I said, "How come you guys don't add beef?" I said, "You have to remember that okay, even if your argument is that beef is not something Kittians and Divisions eat, the tourists, they're into beef. I mean, burgers and some are putting a steak on the grill and all that." And then I asked them again this year, and they said no, because what's going on? I find it very strange.
I don't know. Maybe.
Is it the expense? I mean, so what do we have cows for here then?
And we have the best beef.
So
Grass-fed.
so who's buying the beef? And why aren't people? Kortensia said that. Well, her reason, and I don't think her reason is the main reason, because I don't even think most people thinking about stuff like how long it takes to digest and stuff.
Well, I'm
I mean you, but
yeah.
I don't think most people are even thinking about that.
And
I
I
mean-
only eat it pepper pot time, Christmas
Pepper
time.
pot, okay.
Yeah.
You have to make sure.
Yeah, how about the beef soup?
Huh?
The beef soup.
I know the soup, I know. I
Huh?
don't eat soup like that.
Huh?
No, I
you're
don't
missing.
like
you're,
soup.
you're missing out.
On what? Water? That can make me hungry for the next.
No, man.
No.
You got some real provision and so, man.
Nah,
you
I'm
real solid
not
food.
a super. No.
Talking about your Edos and your Tanya and your sweet potato.
I like the ground provision, but it has to be done in coconut milk with sawfish. But I
Oh
don't,
God, yes. Oh,
Yeah, I don't like.
Lord.
I'm not a super at
Oh
all. Troy.
Lord, yes.
Soup's not for me.
Mhm.
Not even when I'm sick.
And my nemesis has joined us, Esmond.
How did he become your
Esmond, what's up?
nemesis?
No, I'm just teasing.
That's
You
a
like-
solid question.
He likes to trouble me so.
Oh, okay. I understand now. I definitely understand.
Okay.
Good morning again.
Morning. So the agenda today.
Another farm report.
Yeah.
Another Wednesday. First, let me touch on what's available at the marketing unit. We see we have watermelon, and they say they have a large amount of watermelon. Yeah, going for 150 EC. $1 per pound.
Oh, okay. Because I just want to know everybody gonna go up there with the 150 for a whole watermelon.
Yeah, and I want everybody go up there to support the farmers, right? And they have cantaloupe, so that's 250 EC.
Okay, per pound.
Mm-hmm. And cucumbers.
Okay.
Yeah, available.
Still missing them tomatoes and the season.
Well, that's a tomato farmer here, so look at him.
So, tomato farmer, do you have tomatoes? Because people are always looking and asking for tomatoes,
I am only here for the food today.
Oh, Lord. He has no tomatoes. So, folks, I asked for you, he has no tomatoes.
Yeah. So I realize that I have the vice president of the consortium along with me. So I don't know where should I start, but I will let him introduce himself. And
he can begin.
Yeah.
Well, good morning again. I am just here this morning from our support. I didn't even...
This football is being kicked all around the field.
I didn't even allow him to know I was coming.
Oh,
yeah. Because as I would normally say, I've said in the past, it's a very difficult task to leave his farm to come here every Wednesday morning to speak on behalf of farmers. And, I've been here a few times, but I never could get over the feeling of being not scared, but, I really would like to sometimes, give him a break, and I've not found the confidence yet to come alone. So, I just...
So you believe that one?
Esmond, you never came here by yourself before?
No.
Oh, didn't seem so.
Okay. But I'm not scared either, what I'm saying? But just showing you sometimes, some persons, are just specially gifted for certain things. If I am coming here, then I have to sometimes put a script together, and Troy would just come and just talk from his head, from his own experiences and things like that.
I think you've been doing pretty good because given the presentation, I could have sworn you were here by yourself before.
No.
It seems so.
No.
Right?
To me, I don't even understand what he's saying now. Because
yeah.
I find he articulates well, he presents himself well, so he has me lost for words today.
No,
like,
it's
what?
not. It's neither here nor there.
He's not giving himself enough credit, Troy?
He making the public feel like he's a shy guy.
I didn't say that either.
I mean, nemesis or not, he does a good job.
Exactly.
The one thing I pride myself on is just being a farmer. I love that. I love getting up at mornings, going to the farm, and these days, if not for my family, I just feel like I could spend all day there without being interrupted, and that's the only thing that I find these days that I really like. Anything else, sometimes it's a little burden for me to do. So as I say, I know Troy is not in the best position either, farm-wise, and we've done some survey so far, and the president was explaining to me recently that a part of the survey from the farming community, one of the major problems that we're having now is labor. And so when you are there with your team, you have to participate as a worker. And so when you leave the farm, sometimes they say if the mice, if the cat away sometimes, the mice will play. I mean, not for my farm in particular, but you have to be there continuously to give support and guidance to your staff. So in that context, I know it's a very difficult task to really sometimes.
Let me ask both of you just a sort of progress question in terms of the rain we've been getting now. How are things not now with you guys in terms of rain? I mean, I know Troy had mentioned maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago that we've been getting a lot of rain now. So how is that? How's that affecting you guys' prospects for barring a hurricane? Your prospects for say the next 3 months, 4 months.
Well, the season is over. Like I said, I'm just here to support Try this morning, not too much conversation. But the season is over. The farm season runs from October to around June. Yeah, and so most farmers is in preparation mode, cultivation, because we want to be able to be ready for September. And if we are ready for September, then it means we would be able to capture one of our best times of the year, which is December. Unfortunately, because of the hurricane season and the threat of the hurricanes ongoing from July, most farmers are not able to capitalize on the December market.
Okay.
And so that is why you find most of the vegetables start coming in January, because you would have to have ample resources to take the risk that if a hurricane come in any one of these months, you'll be able to regroup again and go again. So most farmers are not willing to take that risk.
And at the same time, with the amount of rain falling, you'll have difficulty with land prep to prepare the lands.
Yeah.
So
and it's generally, these rains are not really productive rains either. They just, because the reason why we do, well, a number of reasons why there's no tomatoes around, but one of the main reasons is the temperature, not the rain. Because either one is good at time, the sun or the rain is okay. But once the temperature starts hitting 80s and 90s, high 90s, the plant itself shuts down and it wouldn't produce any fruit. It's planted, but it's not going to make clusters. So that's one of the main. The second problem is that a few of the varieties that we're accustomed to has been discontinued for lack of wanting to go into any details. And so those were varieties that could manage the heat a little better. You know, science and development, so you call them hot set tomatoes. So they're able to manage heat a little better. But this season, don't have them for my rate of reasons. But I don't think that's kind of what we're here for. Try leading the program this morning.
Good job, you know. But one thing I want to say this morning, in terms of the pricing, I walk into an establishment, and it did take me by surprise when I see a piece of melon for $8. Easy, right? And I say, this is not doing the farmer any good, because you're actually pricing the goods outside the reach of most consumers. You see? So I just want persons out there to bear in mind that when you set the high prices, is not the best thing for the farming community, because we want to able to have as many persons as possible consume what we produce, and this is a hard economical time right now. So the pricing got to suit the people's pocket. So I will encourage the merchants and them to take a serious look at the pricing.
Is there a conversation between the farmers and the merchants as to how they can keep the prices low and get the stock out of the supermarket?
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, even some of our farmers are also jacking up prices, and I mean, I ain't come here to bash no farmer, right? But it's not good for the practice. The high price is not good for the consumers. And you got to think about the consumer in everything. When we plant anything, we sell, we expect to get the sell at the end of the day. But if people have no money to buy it, you will stuck with it.
Yeah.
And so if you have it, please don't jack up the prices because, you know, especially like, let's say, for watermelon is very popular. But where you don't get watermelon price, so you're supposed to be able to have watermelon in every household. Supposed to be able to use watermelon. You think about the single parent, she should be able to give her children the watermelon.
Yeah, healthy stuff instead of buying the extra sugar.
I see why we want to price the commodity way outside the reach, and most of the consumers it's not really doing.
But we seem to have a tendency here. I know we talked about this when we started the program last year, where farmers don't want to adjust their prices even when there's a glut, and I just don't understand that kind of thinking. And in fact, starting at the pricing point where no science went into determining, science as in, economics, costing and so, as to why exactly you're selling this particular thing for that particular price. I mean, I've seen that all the times. I mean, you go and there's no flexibility with prices, and sometimes like everybody has tons of that particular item, but yet.
One thing, I mean, I will say for the farmers, because of most of the challenges that they face, they're probably trying to recoup.
Fair enough.
The expenditure, but sometimes we don't really put things into thought and say,
but it seems like even at the best of times, that happens though. You know? I hear people say, I don't know how true this is, but I hear people say, oh, sometimes this stuff costs more when they go to, even when the supermarkets buy stuff from the local farmers, they're saying that the stuff might cost more across the street there by the strip or down at the market, and
Yeah.
So
that's a reality, and it's surprising because I know sometimes you're going to a certain supermarket, you realize the prices are much cheaper than on the street, right? So I'm appealing to also the vendors to consider the merchants. I mean the consumers, right? Let's take in mind the consumers. Mm-hmm. So growing up here, my grandmother used to say, "Quick sale, less profit." But at least you get turnover faster and you get less spoilage. So that's something we could bear in mind. Mm-hmm. And so you help the farming community as well. And another thing I had want to touch on today is that since Esmond come, he touch on certain things, but
how you know that?
Because you're here.
Oh boy!
I know. You did know I was coming, so now I am here. You're saying I'm going to touch on something?
Well, I know you come here with your bag and things, so you come properly prepared.
So what's going on?
I'm
What's going on?
here to support you today.
Yes, that's why I know you're going to support me. It's things, but it's okay.
I know I'm going to be on Troy's side over my nemesis.
At the earlier program, I did say that the consortium was moving away to tree crop production, and so right.
Yeah.
And we were able, the consortium were able to secure some avocado trees.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's 160 something avocado trees.
So you're sharing those amongst the consortium?
The consortium members.
All
right.
How long it takes for those to come?
It all depends on the stage
They're
on which you plant them up.
They're already in productive state.
Okay.
They're grafted trees, so
so they'll come quicker.
They're flowing already, so.
Okay.
So I mean, like within 2 years we should get.
In 2 years.
Oh, okay.
And 2 years because we would have to give them a chance to develop the structure of the plant.
Mm-hmm.
It's ready to produce, but you have to be able. You have to what we call in farming community, we call it a bot them. You have to pluck them, because if the body of the plant is not ready to hold fruits,
the way it could mash it up.
It could damage the plant.
Okay.
And those trees were made available to us due to a partnership with the international agency, IUCN.
I'm glad to hear this, though, I must say.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think Mr. James was here to represent them.
Yeah.
Yes. So I could say thanks to them. And I think there will be other projects in the making.
Okay.
For tree crops and so
forth? For tree crops, yeah.
So these trees are already in the ground, right?
No.
Okay.
But we already got a green light for them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good. I like to hear this.
Yeah, and it seems to be avocado season because I see them around plenty.
I've seen them, yeah.
Yeah.
They usually, I always got the impression when I was growing up.
Are those local though?
The trees?
No, the avocados that I see now on the farm, on the tables.
I think Most of them, I think, imported.
But actually, I think the local, the funny thing is, I think the local ones actually look better and they're bigger.
They last longer.
Funny. Yeah, and they're bigger. I mean, I grew up with one in my yard, and they were big.
But they're bigger because they're allowed to come bigger. if you
No, it's not.
No, but we're not picking them before the time.
Well,
That's what he's
no.
basically saying.
Those that you imported probably could
The
have stayed on the
chunky,
plan for
yeah.
next month or two.
Okay. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that they're smaller, but
Okay. Fair
But
enough.
certain varieties do come big too.
Yeah, because they were huge.
In Ghana,
No?
we get some nice long ones. Yeah.
And that's the way we're going. Try to get back tree crops.
Okay.
Any want to mention any of the other things at least you guys aspiring to do for tree crops?
Any other crops?
Yeah, even if it doesn't happen, well, at least what you guys are hoping. Guava, okay.
Spice guava.
Oh,
Bear in mind
spice
that
guava.
is a challenge.
The white ones.
And they're bigger too.
Yep.
We don't do tree crops here, not because we don't want to. It's a huge challenge in maintaining orchards because of monkeys. And
Yeah.
that's what most
Yeah.
farmers.
Yeah.
If it's so difficult to control them with vegetables on the ground,
Oh boy.
if you give them one of the things we're hopeful for is for where these avocado trees are going to be planted. And we're just hopeful that we would have some security in terms of manpower and shooting to be able to keep the zones clear when the archers are coming in. Otherwise, the effort could be lost if monkeys are able to roam the orchards. So,
but the question must be asked though. There's a call coming in. Okay, let's take the call. Farm report. You're on air.
Island T. I want to ask you another idea. What happened to these carrots? You see? And I want to know before I leave. I'm going to leave you all. I'm just asking this question and leave you to comment on it. We want to know if you all think we could meet the 25 by 25. Because same cry way ahead. And this is a problem to me. So, Troy, I want you to talk about that and let the country know because people are kind of concerned.
So, Mr. Manos, what do you think about the 25 by 25?
Well, I would like them to meet it, but when you got things and you ain't got the all hands on deck and the togetherness and the pulling, this is the result. But here the dangerous one over Nevis trying to make Nevis people and the country feel like he's in a position to meet it, but it's the same thing. Because it's the same occupants.
The 25 by 25, I don't think most people understand the concept of the 25 by 25. But I will look beyond the 25 by 25 and think about moving agriculture forward.
You want to know what's happening to the carrots and the tomatoes?
I think back the carrot season, it was very dry. So there was a late start with carrots. You could recall that November, October, back then there wasn't no rain. So the carrots, see them, they just, they refused to germinate. So we had a delay in the carrot season. So that's why we probably had difficulty with local carrots.
We hardly see local carrots.
Yeah.
And I live with an elder that just believes in his local carrots, and when it's not local carrots, it's like he doesn't even look at it.
It was actually a bad year for carrots and onion.
Sweet potatoes as well.
Sweet potato and bad is terrible. Terrible. I mean,
I bought cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes for months because couldn't find any.
Yeah, and I refuse to buy the imported tomatoes because sometimes it's just it has this consistency that when you chew it, you have like grains in your mouth. I'm like, this is not it.
Yeah, kind of mealy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just wrong on all levels.
You see, the tomato man scream joy.
No, he's not. But she's not talking about the local tomatoes.
No. He knows what I'm talking about. He understands. He understands.
Because
he's on our side with that.
When you see him cringe, because it probably take him back to the time when we had a lot of local tomatoes dumping. And they had imported tomatoes here. So
but to
probably that's the screen.
I am not the tomato guy, first of all, but we started some work on our farm in particular. So we bought 8 new varieties just a couple of months ago, and they're in the trial stage. Some are known as hot set varieties. So we're trying to, because it's painful as a farmer when you hear your consumer is asking for products that they should have. There's no comfort in it. You don't just gloss over it as I don't have, especially people who build their business, looking for certain products from you. And this is what, we've been saying over the years. Agriculture is theory, is science, is practical. And you can't have a thriving agriculture sector system without trial, without infrastructure. Because for carrots, just a month of drip irrigation could have eliminated all of what we're experiencing here. The weather is dry, we irrigate up to when the rains come. And so when you look at what we're experiencing, it's not because, we couldn't. It's for a lack of support and infrastructure. And this is why we keep saying, let us work together to put these things in place so that we don't keep having these issues all along, because these are man-made problems. If they're hurricanes, I don't think that guy is calling to ask for tomatoes after a morning of hurricane. But his natural expectation is that we should be able to produce carrot, and we were able to. Had it not been for a lack of infrastructure, we would have been able to have carrots.
Okay. We have a caller. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Farm Report. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello?
Hi, good morning. We can hear you.
Good morning, Troy. Good morning, Mr. Hendrickson.
Morning.
Good morning to Jamster.
Good morning, Mr. Tweed.
The caller who mentioned about 25 by 25. It's not on your calendar. Let us say 25 by 26 then. Because we have to go all over and start to prepare. And the last part of the year is that it will be all for. Okay. I was fortunate enough to have a conversation with the Prime Minister, not Saturday gone, Saturday before. And it was like the conversation we would have had. I thought by now, as a matter of fact, I may very be open. My name is Carty. I thought by now I would have been hearing or seeing some kind of movement of which is not happening. I can't understand. Here it is, a small commercial farmer. The only thing I never did have was ground cover. I had water, drip lines, and fencing. And I can't believe it coming to the end of the 7th month. They started cleaning my farm December of last year. And until now, I spoke with Mr. Richard. I was supposed to get in some of the set, but I didn't see him avocados. But I can't plant not even one tree on my farm. Imagine. And I just can't understand why this is happening. They came in on my farm with a bulldozer, pushed down my fencing. I'm tired to keep saying this on the radio. Pushed down my fencing, pushed down my drip lines, everything got destroyed. And it's like nothing up to this point in time. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The thousands and thousands just for the pipe alone to get water on my farm. It's over a mile. Over a mile in pipe it cost me. I can't understand why. Why me? Why me? So my money just gone on the drain like that. Imagine a man will come up here, hook a tea on my pipe. Divert the water from my farm to somewhere else. I can't understand what's going on. The road itself. You have police with you on Monday's damn stuff. You're tired to hear the police officer say you can't put things in the road to save parking. But a man come up here and take up a whole area road with a fence, and the authorities, even the commissioner of police, lagging. We heard of a shooting last night. It's like it's that the one to be happening. Farmers going over, take up the law in the hand, take up the law in the hand, but defend the farm, and then they get shoot down and get jail. It can't be. It cannot be. By the middle of next month, I should be having seedlings to transplant again. I'm going to say it loud and clear. If I cannot be in the position to transplant my seedlings, I'm going to do what I have to do, and I'm going to cause war. Somebody going dead. Somebody going dead. This lot of crime are going on indirectly. The ruling authority got something to do with it presently. No.
Okay.
And before then. Serious.
Okay, Mr.
Because
Tweed. I don't want you to get in no trouble with the law, Mr. Tweed.
When they're going to take we land and sell we land without our consent, that's a crime. It's been going on from ever since the second Prime Minister. The fourth and next month, going to make 7 years since we passed the IMF and we've been overtaxed.
Okay.
Because out of the 17% that we pay for that, a percentage was coming out to pay the IMF. We already paid off the IMF. How is it we are still being charged 17% VAT? A lot of nastiness going on. The bringing of the salination plant, we have our own drilling rig. From ever since Arnold Blatter's time, we had our own drilling rig, the $50 million. How they could transfer the drilling rig when they put it in operation? It can't be transferred.
Okay.
You're not selling to get water all around the island. You must have a drilling rig. $50 million that everybody taking photo shoot. For what? They're showing their stupidity.
All right, Tweed. Thanks for the call.
I'll tell you something, we need to do something drastic. One night for us to get a peaceful demonstration or march climaxing at government headquarters. Because the farmers should not be taking this no more. No more. I've been going, seeing people see me walking, my face with a smile, but inside, you have a bottle and it's stored with poison. Good morning, good boy.
Yes, thanks for the call, and I don't want to get himself in no trouble with the law. And as a member of the consortium, we will continue to echo your concern, and we'll fight with you to bring about a peaceful resolution to your problem. You don't want nobody go to jail and nobody dead. Right?
Don't advocate for that either, but can we? I'm going to have a conversation with the president of the consortium today, and I am hopeful that there could be a diplomatic solution reached for Kashuai, because whatever it is, we have to get to the bottom of it and find out for sure what is the problem. We have made a number of attempts to go and visit him, and we have been unsuccessful so far because of some constraints. But we are going to try our best in the upcoming week to make a concerted effort to see him and to see what, because sometimes it might just be mediation between him and the department, and I hope that we might be able to bring some relief to him, because I truly believe that he wants to farm. He was farming at a very high level before, and whatever it is, we'll find out. I can't speak to specifically what's the problem, but I believe if not the entire compound, something could be done for him to be able to continue what he really loves to do. So, Kashuai, we have
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, take a call. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. I'm calling in concerning the gentleman who was just before me. For some time now, he has been bringing his issue to the public. And I think the consortium, the Farmers Consortium, as you just said, I think you all really need to look into this matter very seriously. Because if he's telling the truth, which I don't know, but if he's telling the truth, and I give him the benefit of the doubt, this is a very serious thing. And since he's bringing it to the public, I think you all not only should very seriously investigate it, but also should come and let the public know, hey, what the man is saying, whether it is true, false, or has some truth and errors mixed in it, whatever the case is that y'all find out, y'all should come and also let the public know what is going on concerning this matter. And if he is correct, then you all backing him, saying that he is correct, would only give his voice a whole lot more weight, with you all verifying that what he said is true. I mean, if the converse is true that he is incorrect, then people would know, well, not to take him serious. So a lot of it depends on you all investigating it, finding out the truth, and coming and let the public know, so that the public could know how to react, and you all give weight to his voice if what he's saying is true. It's a very serious matter. Very serious.
All right, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, Asman, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
I normally forget very easy what I was going to say.
Okay, wait. Let's take this on the call. 9:36. Caller, go ahead. Farm report.
Good morning. I have a question. I have a question for your panel. Well, I hope all is well with all of you there today.
Thank you.
I have a question really, but let me say this before I ask the question. Now, it's quite a while now I have heard your this Kashwai Tweed, you all call his name.
Yes.
This guy has been complaining and complaining and complaining for so long. What I want to know is, what is it that he is going through that cannot be resolved? Man, this thing is getting to me, you know. It's getting to me. This is a grown man. Isn't he a citizen of this country? What is the issue? What is the problem? He's complaining. Aren't there people who are listening? Isn't there an agriculture fraternity? Isn't there a minister of agriculture? Isn't there a ministry of agriculture? What is it exactly that he is going through? Isn't he a citizen of this land? Why this hardship for this guy? What is it? Man, this thing needs to be resolved. This thing is upsetting. Because if this was a European or someone outside, this issue would have already been dealt with. Man, this not bout of the citizens. This thing is too much, man. Right. It's really too much. Anyways, my question. One of your panelists talk about productive rains. Well, I listened. I don't know if he really gave the explanation as to what productive rains are. But I would like for him to explain to me what productive rains are. What are they? What do he mean by that? I'll listen off here.
Okay, just take note of that. We'll take this last call. Caller, go right ahead. Please be brief.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, Cleo.
Concerning the gentleman that's been calling in for years and complaining, my thing is he's been calling in on this radio station. Win FM don't have any reporters to go on site and see exactly what he's talking about, take pictures, and report back to the public what this man is complaining about, because he talk about his farm being vandalized and his water being sent someplace else. I mean, where is the reporters of St. Kitts? There's no reporters to go investigate what he's talking about. It makes no sense to me. I pray that God will help this man, because and he's been complaining not yesterday, not today, for a good while now. You hear his cry. News reporters, I get a fire Laurel and go see the man, or go on site, take pictures, and come back to the public. Have a good day.
Thank you for your contribution, Cleo.
And she's not wrong. Nope. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I should say, in WinFM's defense, that the manpower isn't really there to do that probably in a timely fashion. Yeah, I guess they could say, okay, I'm going to try and do that next week or whatever.
I promise you, our audience, listeners, that we are going to do that in a very short time. We are going to do that. Lady, I am not a scientist, and I use the the claim loosely in terms of productive rain. What I should have said though, while it's not productive for some things, it is for others. Like grass crop too, but heat-loving crops like cucumbers, watermelon, maybe not spinach so much, but so the vegetables like a particular environment ranging in the 60s, early 80s in temperature. That's when they thrive best. That is why in December, January, there's a flush of vegetables. It's not because we just start planting them around that time, but that is when the atmosphere is conducive for their growth.
A bit cooler.
And it's real cooler. You have real cool nights. And the dew, unlike rain, the dew...
Do much more for the plant.
Much more.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes plants much more productive than rain. So now you have the rains come in, they're sporadic, they're not consistent, but they're always a strong heat. So you have rains today, and you have tomorrow. It is so hot, it's unbearable.
Inconsistent.
And just imagine if you were a plant and you were placed in the environment to sit there, a downpour rain on you now,
the sun back out.
And the sun out on you. And then in the evening, you have another downpour. In the morning, it's hot for 3 or 4 days, consistently 90s. That in itself causes the plant to malfunction, so to speak. It doesn't function properly in that kind of environment. And as a result of that, it is weakened, it is prone to disease, fungus. And so you're not going to have very productive plants during a season like that. What that rain is good for, though,
it's a high-stress environment for the plant.
Yes, it's very, very high stress for it. But what it is good for, and I think we might have to sometimes revert back to, because a lot of work was done here in terms of production and what is best suited for the environment. And that is why we were a monoculture in terms of sugar, because the sugar cane loved that type of weather. Just like the grass, in a minute the rain fall and the grass is 5 feet tall, right? And so that is why sugar was king and not so much vegetables. But with science and everything, I think
So then, I mean, so when you use the term not productive rain, you also give extra work in terms of the weed control.
Right.
Because my backyard got overbearing, and I have a small backyard, and then my spinach plant grew plenty.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Yep.
Okay, we have...
Sorry for using the term that loosely, because, again, I know.
Okay, we got like 2 minutes remaining, so you guys can... however you want to wrap.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to squeeze in another call, but the person.
Yeah. Once again, I'd like to thank all our listeners. I know most people look forward for the Farm Report on Wednesday, and thank you for your support. And I must say though, while I sit here and I try to present something, it's not really what I want to present. Right? I'm hold back for some reason, and I can't actually be true to myself, and that's not me. But until my hands are loose,
because they're tied at the present moment.
Certain things I am not supposed to touch at this moment.
Cryptic Troy.
I know he's leaving us in suspense. Oh boy.
We're working on certain things, but I know the consortium is soon officially launch.
Okay.
We're working on that also. So, and other things we are working on. I can't talk about them at the moment.
So you can keep the listeners glued. You know, like the series you watch on TV, you can't wait for the next one. So the listeners are
yes,
will be glued to, yeah.
I will just leave it there for now.
Okay.
Yeah, until the vice president or the president or somebody else said, well, you can try, you could say that, no.
You know, Game of Thrones, right? Maybe we should rename the program. No, he's setting up the suspense. Rename the program Game of Crops or something.
So that's where we are right now.
Oh,
It's a president got something, departing words and departing words.
I would you to them and you take it.
Yeah,
He's really hiding in the background today.
You know what happened, right? He's a trumper. So,
oh, Lord. Oh, you feel bad?
Oh, he's not happy right now. Huh?
Vote Kamala.
You may as well have COVID right now, huh?
No, don't do that. I'm not Trumper. I don't deal with the colonial powers.
Okay.
I stay away from them. I prefer one over the other sometimes, but I don't want to carry labels.
So you're voting for Kamala?
No, the whole system is an imperial system, so I stay away from that system.
Okay. It's a setup. You try.
Esmond, let me get your opinion on the beef thing. Because when you came in, we were just, I know you didn't have on your headphones, so you hadn't settled it. Why isn't beef, I mean, I know people buy beef and cook beef and so on, but I mean, like in terms of, we had Grill Fest on the weekend. The tourists eat beef. That's a big part of their culture, you know, in summer on the grill and hamburgers and, you know, sausages and stuff like that. Why is beef not a thing that, is it the expense? I mean, we have cows. What are people using this? I mean, yeah, clearly somebody's eating the beef. But
there was a push in the early 80s, 90s for people to abstain from beef.
Told you.
And I think this generation is who carrying the message. The elders did partake with beef and ate a lot of beef, but this generation here and is moving more towards vegetarianism now too. But it's a message.
Think it's nervous?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who
vegan
feel like
or don't
they just want to stay away from meat. And one of the things too is, I think we conflate the American European beef with local grass-fed beef. And so once science improve, you find now a lot of bloggers, a lot of food enthusiasts are going back to tell you, beef, nothing is wrong with beef, but is the type of beef.
Yes.
So
exactly.
But I'll still say this. I believe those who attempt to kill our local industries, because in their countries, in the European Union and in North America, beef is still the #1 consumed.
That's true.
Yes.
What do you call it? Protein.
Yeah.
And so our thriving in beef industry died. When we had sugar, we had 10 times the amount of cattle we have now. Now we have open space.
Really? So now that we have more land to graze and we have
less of everything. Now we have all the lands available to us. We were food secure in the 70s, in the early 80s. 3/4 of what we were cooking was local. Your peas, probably not your rice, but your peas, your meat, and everything.
You had to see pigeon peas tree for real.
Well, you know, we had local rice, huh?
Yeah. I remember, and it was paddyless. It was a paddyless rice that it didn't need the patties to
grow.
I remember distinctly being told that.
I was saying one of the main things I thought killed the meat industry is when the effort was made to centralize the abattoir in town without, giving for the local butchers who are on the side. Because in my village, where I'm from, Saddlers, when I was growing up, we had pork every Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning, you had 2 or 3 stalls with meat for Sunday.
And beef.
And beef sometimes. But
you find
so you think
most Saturdays everybody want the beef soup.
So you think there should be like another slaughterhouse somewhere else, rather than just having the one in Bastille?
Well, at this point,
I think we passed that.
I think we passed that. I think the industry is just hip-hopping as it goes now. That is when you don't give consideration to rural communities in your attempt to centralize things, because the animals, most of the animals is in the rural area. And then you had to transport a pig for maybe $100. You had $30 or $40 to slaughter it, and maybe another $30 to have the meat nicely cut. Now, if you take $200 away from a small pig owner who was raising that pig to make $300 or $400, he doesn't see any profit or he doesn't have any interest in keeping pigs anymore. And as a result of that, when the interest died, and so then Brazil came in, because we had some agreement with Brazil that we would be able to ship things to Brazil. And that is how these people are just doing us. Going to Brazil, making arrangement with Brazil that we would ship stuff to them and they could ship stuff to us in an open arrangement, knowing that we can't even get things over to Nevis. Right? And then we end up losing an entire industry and would have lost the egg industry had they not put a permit like what we spoke of before.
Yeah.
So you had to have a permit to import eggs. And so the egg industry temporarily has been saved so far.
Egg industry here, man, you ain't going nowhere. We're talking about food safety and food security.
But the egg industry is at the mercy of a signature.
Well, no signature gun thing. You happen to the farmers, them, you're going to raise up, you're going to allow that happen?
But we allow everything else.
I'm assuming that's a rough one.
I'm assuming that when the time comes, we'll just be bamboozled into signing again.
Okay, I feel like we should have a program on like a livestock, and talking about that side of farming, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Something we go
yeah, whenever you guys ready.
There's this guy, a very serious livestock farmer, beef farmer, Humble. We might want to have him come in and have the conversation with you. So if he's in the radio and he's listening, I think maybe should start preparing himself to come and have a chat.
Well, I hope he back broad enough, because there's a stigma attached to
No,
farm report.
Humble is okay.
I'm just saying there's a stigma attached to farm report.
I suggest Humble because then Humble is okay.
There's a stigma now.
Okay.
There's a stigma now. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
I hope we're not here.
Right there.
Nobody hear that.
Oh, you well know we are here. Okay, guys. That's going to do it for Farm Report today. And we look forward to that livestock edition at some point. Maybe talk about milk farming and so on.
For all your animal needs, try the Feed and Farm Store SKN. We have the best quality products in feed, dewormers, grooming supplies, toys, treats, and minor medical supplies. Drop by the store on the Kim Collins Highway at the airport roundabout. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Give us a call at 669-FARM.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Feel the magic happening. Campari. Taste.
Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, so, as man troubling me as usual. Oh, thanks. Okay. Oh, they left some watermelon for us. So,
that's sweet.
yeah, I'm loving that. Okay, so I was looking at some of the comments over here. Man, interesting. I think I'm gonna go through some of these.
I would have answered some, so you don't have to go through mine.
Oh, no, not yours. No.
Okay.
So it says, Koshroy, government don't care about you nor agriculture. It's all themselves. These people in government are selfish vagabonds who just love to travel and take pictures. This country has gone years backwards. There's no progress in anything. And we have another one here saying, we don't have any news reporters or journalists in this country, just a bunch of people who are afraid of the government. Let me see. I just got off the phone and our conversation was on agriculture. Imagine the person said they remember when they cultivated the land in Brown Pasture Nevis for own consumption. And we don't see that no more. They have since migrated to St. Thomas. To that person, it's so amazing to see how the people of SKN are now without agriculture. The amount of imported food, KFC, Domino's, pizza. But yeah, all very, very, very good points. Let me see if I left anything. Local goods bought should be on a lower margin and thus lower price to the customer. That's one of the things we're gonna have to raise with them. I know they were trying to get some further subsidies from the government for agriculture, because then that would go towards helping things to be even cheaper.
Yeah.
This is coming from earlier from Cleo. Did you see the black American girl on TikTok who goes by the name Where is Malika? She said she came to St. Kitts and the people are racist.
What? How? What?
Yeah. So
is that the same girl that spoke about her experience at security, and she basically tried to kill everybody in the island with I don't even know, because see, I don't have TikTok, but then I spoke to two other persons, and one in particular, she said she's going to go back and she's going to do her review on St. Kitts, and she is going to let the people know that what that vlogger is talking about, if it's the same vlogger, Miss Cleo, that she is not telling the truth, and she's just talking about her experience that she had at security screening. She's not selling the island accurately. The lady even said she wanted to come back for festival, but she's not going to make festival, but she says she's going to make carnival. So I'm looking forward to seeing her when she does come back for carnival in December. I did mention Culturama 50, but she said she won't be able to make that either. It's too close. But she was impressed with the Federation. So she said she was going to do her vlog and send it to that vlogger to basically, in my eyes, shut it down.
So, do you remember you said some Trinidad vloggers were doing
the Grill
Mango
Fest?
Grill Fest?
Grill Fest with Shaq, yeah.
Oh, Shaq.
Yeah.
How does he spell it?
Model Cop. You know Model Cop?
Oh, well, you said Trinidadians.
No, yeah, he interviewed them.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so go on Model Cop's page and you'll get the full thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only thing though, bins. Do we have bins at the Grill Fest?
I don't know. I didn't get to go.
I know people. I know you're creating work for others, but can we be a little more mindful, since that's a touristy area with the amount of trash that people just drop on the ground? I'm sure there are bins. Come on, folks, let's use the bins and let's keep the area clean.
I'll go you one.
Persons will still have work to move the bins and maybe pick up one and two that may have flown out of the bin because the bins are overcrowded with trash. But we don't need to litter the way we did.
I agree. I go you
What's
one
wrong
better.
With us?
How about we clean up the place for us, and then that would redound to the pleasure of the visitors and the experience of the visitors. I don't like this idea of we're doing it for people. Let's do it for us. Do it for us.
Yeah.
And
it proves that we don't care, because if that's the so-called touristy area and we did that, then where else are we not going to mess up?
Trickle down cleanliness, people. Let's do it for us.
We are moving to a sustainable island state.
Yes.
Let's keep the place clean. Less trash. A healthier nation, a wealthier nation. Come on. Our health is our wealth.
Absolutely. I saw a picture with the lawn with the cars. I was like, boy, maybe it's a good thing I didn't get to go, because that looks like you take your day to order food.
It was plenty. Some folks say the lines moved fast. Others say the lines were long. Getting into Frigate Bay, the lines were backed up. But I guess with time, they'll learn. I guess every year they probably look at the challenges they have, and then next year they'll come back better. So I hope that they would have looked at the challenges they would have had this year.
Right?
And try their best to make it better in the coming years. Because people are happy to go somewhere. And with the events that we're having, the locals are supporting it.
I guess sort of like what happened in Mango Fest, because you remember the year before.
They were complaining, and we didn't hear anything about this one. So I'm happy that this one went over well.
They probably nailed it.
I'm so happy they went over, because I didn't see any bad reviews. I didn't see any minus.
I saw the African Tiger. Oh, yeah, I think I mentioned that. Yeah, I saw the African Tigers video with Mango.
With Jeffrey and them.
Yeah, with Jeffrey and them.
Yeah, that's good.
So that was nice.
Yeah, I didn't get to.
So that was on the Villa ground, right?
Where? Mango Fest?
In Charleston.
No, that's the Malcolm Bishop.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because I did see the building. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was, for some reason, I was thinking it was the Villa grounds.
No, not at all, not at all. But I'm happy that they had a good one this year, and no bad reports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, folks, I'm going to be doing voices today. Socrates won't be able to make it, so please come back and join us at 11. Well, you can continue listening. But
good morning, Miss Henry.
Yeah, and this morning, Kalanji is going to be discussing renaming Fines Avenue and maybe some other streets, and I think Fidel O'Flaherty and Cameron Gill will be joining us, and they'll be discussing
Marcus of the Woods.
Yes, Marcus of the Woods. So I look forward to that. To your calls and the discussion and the debate. And here's hoping AZ feels better and
plenty better. And I'll leave this one for AZ. How does somebody get sentenced to 200 years when you're not even guaranteed to live that long?
Yeah, law is weird like that. Huh? Yeah,
that's weird. I see somebody there in Sierra Leone that was part of some coup. 200 years, the lead of it.
You know,
like he's not even gonna live that long, y'all. Just tell him a life sentence.
I know someone. I remember seeing where someone got 900 and something years for some. Yeah, like a.
Does that even ring a bell? The person already know they're lost in prison.
What is it? Like a person is like a serial killer or something.
Yeah.
But this is the way. No, but this is the way lawyers see. They said, no, we don't know. That might be the first person who lives to be 1,000 years or something. You know, that's the way the law
feeble
works.
and crumbled up and not good for themselves.
I could imagine a really sharp, silver-tongued lawyer will sit up there and argue, well, no one has ever lived to be 1,000 years, but who is to say that this might not be the person? You know, I could see them arguing that. You know,
Jamster, I tell you, life, huh?
Yeah. Yep. So, it was nice hanging out with you today.
Sure, indeed it was. Okay. Same time, same place tomorrow, 8 to 10. And remember, folks, we do apologize for the radio, but you can catch us on channel 40 from 8 to 10 a.m. in the morning. Also on Facebook. Is Facebook and
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Yeah, I forgot. Because I'm trying to remember, not X.
Yeah, not X. We have to pay for X now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I'll just play. So folks, don't forget, our Voices today should be interesting. So come back and join us on Voices. WINNMediaSKN.com. Like she just said, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Okay, have a great day, Kay.
You too.
Okay.